Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Diane Daniels. It was a scary situation for residents in a neighborhood near Edwardsburg this afternoon. A suspect barricaded himself in a home after a police chase that started in Elkhart County and ended in Cass County. WSBT 22's Max Lewis has been following the story for us since it broke this afternoon, and he's at the live desk now with the latest. Max, weather flashbacks to what we were dealing with during this week 1 year ago have many of us recalling the historic flooding of February of 2018. Hundreds of people in Michiana had to be rescued or evacuated as the rain fell, the snow melted, and the rivers rose during the week of February 18th of 2018. In South Bend, the St. Joe River crested at the highest mark ever recorded by the river gauge at the city's wastewater treatment plant. The city of Niles saw about $1 million worth of damage, and the number of residential structures damaged in just Elkhart County alone exceeded 1,600. It prompted a state of emergency to be declared and federal agencies stepped in. In Plymouth, the Yellow River swelled to its highest level ever on record, damaging more than 100 homes. The Indiana Department of Revenue wants taxpayers to know that their offices will be open tomorrow on President's Day. Offices and phone lines open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. However, federal offices will be closed Monday for President's Day. South Bend Tribune readers are seeing a change in their Sunday comics section. Today on the front page, the Tribune announced it is dropping the non sequitur cartoon. The comic strip made national headlines last week when its creator slipped in vulgar language directed at President Trump. The Trib follows the lead of at least 40 other papers across the country in dropping the comic strip. The Trib says it would have made this decision regardless of who that language was targeting. Michigan lawmakers are considering whether to cut schools some slack on making up snow days. State law forgives schools from making up 6 days that have been canceled, and schools can get a waiver for 3 additional days. But many districts have already reached or exceeded 9 snow days. Some are up to 15 or 16. Newly introduced legislation would exclude days that are canceled during state-declared emergencies, and if the proposal is enacted, the 5-day period from January 28th to February 1st, when an Arctic deep freeze hit, would be forgiven statewide in Michigan. Well, the weather conditions this afternoon definitely put the winter into the annual Winter Walk in South Bend to benefit St. Margaret's House. The community joined together for a 1-mile walk in solidarity with the women and children of St. Margaret's House, whose everyday means of transportation is their feet, regardless of the weather. Volunteers, organizers, and supporters met with the women at the house after the walk.
I'm so proud of this community that every year, year after year, they come out and support us, because through this walk, it is a solidarity walk with the women and children of St. Margaret's House. 80% of the women who come to our doors do so by using their feet, no matter what the weather.
And the Winter Walk has raised over $1 million. Hundreds of people participated in what is now the 20th year for that event. A Purdue student is making a 100-mile walk through snowy weather, going from West Lafayette to Bloomington, and it's all for a good reason. Aaron Lay is making the trek from Purdue's campus to IU's campus. He's trying to raise $10,000 for Tyler Trent's Cancer Research Fund. Lay says his fellow students' cancer battle reminded him of his grandfather, who had lung cancer. Trent died earlier this year. Aaron says Tyler is now his guiding light through this winter weather.
Really motivates me to keep walking, and I'm pretty sure once I get further into my walk, I'll be feeling maybe tired or whatever, but just having him in my thoughts is gonna motivate me to keep going.
And Leia is set to make it to IU on Tuesday, just ahead of the basketball game that's going to be held there against Purdue. As of tonight, he's already raised nearly $10,000. Stay with us. Coming up a little later on, boys high school basketball sectional pairings are out. We'll let you know who is playing and when. We've got some slick conditions out there, and we've just gotten word into the newsroom that there is a crash on the bypass at Elm. A St. Joe County officer was hit while he was in his police car. I'm looking at a text right now from Sheriff Bill Redman indicating that that officer is okay. However, the tow truck driver who was responding to that crash was outside of the tow truck and he was hit. So we do have injury there. We are working to get more information. We've got a crew en route. We're going to keep you updated on this just as soon as we get more info into the newsroom. But in the meantime, if you have to be out on the roads, you absolutely want to take it easy.
Yeah, and I'd recommend just staying home. You know, and we've been reiterating that it doesn't take a lot of snow or freezing drizzle, for that matter, to create real slick conditions. And let's show you another spot in Dowagiac.
All right, thanks so much, Ed. We've got another update from Sheriff Bill Redmond from St. Joe County. Once again, the bypass at Elm closed in the eastbound lanes. An officer's vehicle was hit. The officer was inside. He has only minor injuries, according to the sheriff. However, a tow truck driver responding to that scene was hit as he was outside the tow truck. Sheriff Redmond indicates the tow truck driver has possibly suffered from 2 broken legs. Once again, the bypass at Elm closed in the eastbound lanes. We'll continue to keep you up to date, and our crew is on the way. And we've got sports coming up next. Stay with us. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Ed. Thanks a lot for watching. Next news coming up for you at 11 over on WSBT 22. You can get up to date anytime with the WSBT 22 app. Have a great evening.